Good morning and welcome to Crazy World. Oh no, wait, this is a webinar. Hang on. We'll move this forward. Okay. Personal Peaceful Growth Calendar, week 24. This is Sue Lawton in crispy, sizzling New Jersey. Are
Yes,
you there?
I am. Hi, everyone. It's Deb.
Hi there. Have you got your calendar open? I got my calendar open.
My calendar's open. My oils are on. I am oiled up and ready to go.
Yes, this is a new concept we've been trying to work with some young people about that you can disagree without being disagreeable. I
Right.
remember in school we started learning how to debate and have discussions in ninth grade. And
Hmm.
back then we didn't have computers. I know, guys, this is way before your time. Meredith and I went to school and we had to research things at the library.
Me
So we
too.
used to have to debate about the Cold War and all about Russia and everything. And we were great at making up resources. When other things failed, we'd say the newspaper out of blah, 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 blah. Because who could
Really, me
challenge you?
too.
They would have to go to the library to see if something even existed. It was great. So
Oh my gosh.
you guys could talk about how much you love the internet, but back in the day, it covered a lot of things you could do with drama.
Hmm.
Anyhow, here's our music for today. Richard Wagner.
I'm playing my violin.
And our
Nice.
calendar this week is I am proud of me managing me.
Hmm.
And our music was Wagner because when you're managing you, you have the strings and the woodwinds working together in harmony. And when
Hmm.
you are proud of managing you, no matter what's going on around you, it's amazing how good you feel.
Absolutely. I just love the sounds made by those strings and the woodwinds, and it just automatic. Like I said, it makes me want to play the violin or be the orchestra, you know, director or something. It's just amazing.
Yes. And you're going to say affirmations like, I can choose to change the subject. If people bring up an uncomfortable subject for you or something you're not interested in discussing, you could just answer their inquiries with different information.
Hmm.
Like, Deb, how are your neighbors doing with the ants that are eating their foundation?
They're doing quite well, thank you.
But no, you're supposed to answer, change the subject.
Oh, you want me to change the subject? I'm sorry.
Yes,
Um, oh my gosh, it's so hot outside. I think I have to go get a drink.
very good. You didn't address those magic ants that are eating the joint foundation because you didn't want to talk about it.
Right.
I enjoy initiating new positive ideas.
Hmm.
I can
And
express calmly when I disagree.
that's right.
Just-
Yeah, disagreements don't have to mean World War III. You
No,
know, they don't. And people feel like they are. If you're going to have a disagreement, it's going to become World War. Well, in my family, it did a little bit, but it doesn't have to. And it's really okay if we want to disagree. We don't have to be that person that goes, yes, yes, yes.
okay.
Stop being the yes man.
Even when you and I, as intelligent, creative people, were putting the calendar together, we had some disagreements along the way, but it was not arguments, it was discussions about how we looked at things.
Exactly.
And Debbie didn't call me names or try to make me feel bad. and I reserve the right to call her names at a future date. But that date has not come up yet.
I'm like, wait, oh my gosh, now I have to live in fear of them coming up. No.
No, we're
No,
only.
but the biggest thing for me, and it's actually on Monday's affirmation, I could take a breath before I speak. And that's really helped. A lot of times when people are upset or you're in the midst of something, if you just take a breath, count to 10, then gives you a chance to relax, get your thoughts together, then speak. It really is so helpful.
Yeah, and the coriander and the peppermint can go right across your core. You can declare in the morning, I'm going to be peaceful and calm. I can digest whatever comes my way, and allow yourself to look at things differently. If you go into work expecting to be criticized or expecting to have sharp retorts when somebody says, "What, you needed an extra cigarette break?" Whatever,
Mm-hmm.
choices when you take a deep breath, right, Deb?
Yeah, and the thing is, we're valuable. We all have something important to say, and a lot of times in those situations when we don't want to cause conflict, we let our ideas get passed by because we're afraid to say anything. And
Right.
you don't want that to happen. You want to be able to have your own voice and to say what you really feel and mean.
Right. And the other webinars we've been doing lately on emotions and expression, it's really, really important. The more research I do, the more people are revealing that because they suppressed and didn't express or even be honest with themselves, they stopped trusting themselves. So
Mm-hmm.
we are encouraging you to trust yourself. And that's why we're a little bit bad here. And you can just say, we don't know where this slide came from. Debbie, where did this slide come from? It looks
I don't
non-compliant.
know. It magically appeared. I'm not sure.
Compliant. I don't think I can change it though. Look, it won't move away. It won't go. Maybe you should read what it says.
Sure. My friend coriander, it is so wonderful. I use this every day. It may be helpful with anorexia, appetite stimulation, arthritis, chronic fatigue syndrome, colds, colic, diabetes. Oh my goodness, we're in alphabetical order here. Diarrhea, digestive spasms, dyspepsia, fatigue, flatulence, flu. I have a friend that I could give that to. Fluid retention, gout, hemorrhoids, hernias,
But
hypoglycemia,
when
and
your friend isn't using sugar, I understand she doesn't have any gas.
that's true. It's good for measles, migraine, headaches, oh my gosh, muscular aches and pains. That really does work. It's a nausea medication, neurotonics, neuralgia, piles. We all know what those are. Poor circulation, rheumatism, skin, and muscular stiffness like TMJ. And it can stop hiccups if you apply it to your mastoid points and across your stomach. But overall, coriander is a major circulatory stimulant and helps get everything moving around. It helps get us, help us get rid of toxins that we don't like from the body. And when we do that, we can improve conditions like arthritis, chronic fatigue syndrome, gout, rheumatism, and even a sluggish lymphatic system. And it's a natural deodorant on top of everything else.
Yeah,
So
and
you're,
we use it like with lemongrass, coriander, lemongrass on the backs of thighs and the backs of calves for muscle soreness. It's both warming and clearing out of the lactic acid. It's quite
right.
helpful. It makes your heart happy even if you want to be feeling bad.
Yay, happy heart.
And peppermint. Ah, everybody has so many things for peppermint, so I tried to find something that isn't common. So here we are on peppermint. It cools emotions and dissipates anger, hysteria, and nervousness, especially if you put it on people because it takes their breath away. How can you be emotional if you're going, ah? It energizes and releases mental fatigue. It increases joy, inspires confidence and self esteem. It awakens the central nervous system. Hey, baby, wake up. We're going to talk to each other. Stimulates the brain, improves memory, clarifies thought processes, and your insights get better.
Yeah. What I like about this combination is the warming and the cooling at the same time. It's just a really neat feeling when you're rubbing them on together,
Yep.
you know?
Yep. And it's amazing for supporting digestion of ideas, foods, challenging situations that you keep looking at, but you are unable to influence or change. And
Mm-hmm.
to reignite a sense of smell and taste, 2 drops under the tongue every 2 hours when you're awake, and just keep it up. Helps eliminate white sugar.
Remember the woman told you the story? She woke her poor husband up every 2 hours at night.
Yeah, I was going like, what? What?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Uh-huh.
So you got to remember this. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can do it.
So long as I know what's expected of me, I can manage. And that's the truth. You know, we're all afraid of the unknown. We're all afraid of not knowing what's going to be dumped on us. But as long as we have a plan, as long as we know what our expectations of us are, we can manage. We can certainly get through things.
And sometimes that requires you asking questions.
Absolutely.
Sometimes people say, I don't want to ask questions. I don't want to sound stupid. Well, I beg to differ. If you don't ask questions and you spend your time in non productive measures, then
Mm-hmm.
who looks silly?
That's right.
And
No.
the affirmations, is to remind us that affirmations are something you need to say all day long. Whenever you apply oils, whenever you leave a room, state another affirmation. I am healthy and happy. I am energized. I am having a great life, whatever it is. Okay?
Mm-hmm. This is really important. A lot of us, we're little control freaks and we like to manage things, but the one thing that we can't manage is time. Think time, you know, even though you have a schedule, a plan, it always normally goes askew, but you can manage your priorities. So when someone's talking to you about something, I found this is a great technique. Instead of saying, I don't have time to blah, 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 it's not a priority to me right now. Okay. Um, and you're letting people know that it's just not something that is of value to you. It's not saying that you don't have the time. It's not that you want to make the time for it. If it's a priority, you would make it happen. So keep that in mind when we're trying to juggle our busy schedules.
Right, because everything we want to get done, we make time for it.
Mm-hmm. I
Like,
love this.
right. I don't have to agree with you to like you and respect you.
That's right.
Okay? There are many politicians that I do not agree with. They're taking money from influential groups, but I do respect the fact that they show up every day and they do fight for some things.
Mm-hmm.
And what does Ali Oil have to say?
Oh, Ali is so happy. His affirmation is, I'm proud of my accomplishments. And you know, it's so important for children to feel proud of what they've done. If it's coloring a picture, if it's painting something, if it's accompanying a parent to an event, let them be able to say how proud they are. And of course, we want to teach kids that coriander is really a great oil for them. It allows them to be happy with what they have done well. We want kids of any age to start feeling joy in what they've done. They already, you know, one thing that amazed me when I was teaching kindergarten, they already start comparisons at 5 years of age. They already notice who might be a better drawer than someone else. And it's amazing. And of course, you know, unfortunately, we fuel that when we compliment. So we want kids to be proud of whatever they are able to accomplish. Build those self-esteems.
Right. I know I cannot change the people around me, but I can certainly choose the people I want to be with. And I am dead sure I don't want to be with people who are fake and who just know how to create drama to grab unnecessary attention.
Hmm.
So if you are listening to people, if you are spending time with people who are only sucking the oxygen out of the room, who don't show any genuine interest in you or what you're doing, people, the minute they say, hi, how are you, before you can answer, they've launched into, oh, you should see what I do with my garden. You should see what I do with my front door, blah, 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 blah. And they're not interested in you as a person. You
Mm-hmm.
need to say, hold your phone up to me. Oh, sorry, I got to go, and walk away. The more time you spend in that low vibration,
Mm-hmm.
it will drag you down.
Yes, it will. What you believe does not make you a better person. It's your actions, your behavior does. And that's really key. You know, everyone has different beliefs, philosophies, and whatever. That doesn't make you better than the next person, but the way you respond to things really does have an impact.
Yes. So if a person of great chaos keeps calling you and saying, oh, pick me up, I ran out of gas. Oh, come over to the gas station, I had a flat tire. And you are just their vehicle when there's no interest in you and their life. You need to stop answering the phone when they call.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I choose to know the truth, and the truth sets me free. Divine wisdom, divine harmony, divine love reign supreme within me and around each and every person. We are all centered in truth and live in joy.
Mm-hmm.
If you post things like this around your house, if this is your focus, then you're going to be busy with other people and having fun and enjoying divine inspiration, as
Mm-hmm.
opposed to going, I know. You don't have to listen to people who are empty, who are contributing nothing. It's wasting your time and giving you a distraction.
You know, it's so important. We want people behind us. So with good people behind me, supporting me, I know I can manage with whatever may happen in my life. I am so thankful for the ones there for me, especially lately. You know, this is a good thing to print and say. And, you know, we always need to show gratitude to those that do support us in our decisions and our life choices. And it's important to thank them and just say, make these affirmations out loud.
Yes, it's very important that you say your affirmations out loud, especially when you find yourself in a circle of distraction. And just apply some oils and make a clear statement of virtue about you. And don't
Mm-hmm.
forget your homework for next week's emotional class we're having together. You got to get your gratitude book going with 3 new things you're grateful for every day. Get on it.
Okay.
Now, if you've lost track of a webinar and you've turned to a page and you want to know if we've done a webinar on that page, you're going to write to
Sue and Deb at happycal359. That's HAPPYCAL359 at gmail.com. And we'll be happy to send you the list.
yes. Thank you very much. We've enjoyed week 24. We hope you have too.
Okay. Happy managing.
You
Bye,
can
everyone.
remember, take a deep breath.
Mm-hmm.
Answer a
Bye,
different question.
Sue. Yeah.
Thank you, Deb. You're amazing.
Thank you. I'll talk to you. Bye. Bye, everyone. Good luck.
And I'll start calling you names tomorrow. Bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for the